Hi, I'm Bill Faber, and this is my very first tutorial video ever, so bear with me. I'm going to demonstrate how to assign static IP addresses on a NIC using Windows in a home network. So to get started, we would want to go to the Control Panel, go to Network and Internet, Network and Sharing Center, change adapter settings, click on Ethernet, Properties, and then we're going to just do this for IPv4. So change it to use the following address. We do 10.0.1.10. Now your IP addressing scheme, your subnet might be different than this, so you'll have to use ipconfig, which we can do that right now. This will give you information about your network. So this is your gateway, this is your subnet mask, these are some information you're going to need. Okay, so to continue on, we're going to do 255.255.255.0, and the default gateway is going to be 10.0.1.1, and our DNS is going to be Cloudflare 1.1.1.1, and Google as a backup. Okay. And now if we go here and go ipconfig again, you can see that it's now 10.0.1.10. This has been statically assigned to this network interface card. Okay, so now we're going to set it back to default DHCP and try this a different way. So another way in Windows 10 is you can go to Settings, Network and Internet, and you click on Properties under Ethernet, and down here under IP Settings you'll see Edit, and then change Automatic DHCP to Manual, select IPv4, and 10.0.1.10 was what we were going with. And for this, we can just use CIDR notation without the slash, so 24 would be just fine. The gateway 10.0.1.1, and Cloudflare 1.1.1.1, and Google. Oops. Okay, we click Save, and we go back here, and we can see that we still have that 10 address. Okay, so and then again you can go back, click on Edit, click Manual, and go back to Automatic DHCP, and you'll see that now it has a DHCP address again. Okay, close all this out. Now, if you run this if you run the command prompt as administrator, you can do this. You'll have to be administrator to do this, but use netsh. Okay, and then type interface, and then from here you do show interfaces. Sorry, show interface. My bad. Okay, so show interface, and you can see your network cards here, and the one that we want to use is Ethernet. So then the way we set this up is we do IP set address, name, the name is Ethernet, and then we would type in the IP address that we want to first we would type in static, then we would type in the IP address that we want, so 10.0.1. Let's do 11 this time, just for fun. And then 255.255.255.0, and 10.0.1.1 as our default gateway, and we just hit enter. Now, we have to also set up the DNS, or we won't be able to get out on the internet. From there, what we would do is we do IP set DNS, and then we would do the name, which is Ethernet, and then we would type static 1.1.1.1, and then it takes that, and then we just do another one, 8.8.8.8, but instead of set, we're going to change this to add, and we're going to take away the static. Oops. And then we're going to type in index equals 2. All right, so let's confirm that that all worked. Oops. Exit IP config, and you can see that I have 10.0.1.11. Everything looks good, and we can go to control panel, go to network and internet, go to network sharing center, adapter settings, properties again, and you can see that all of those settings are here as well. Okay, so now that we've done that, now we're going to do it one other way that's not recommended, but it is another way that you can do it, is to, let's confirm that the DHCP is, okay, now everything's back to DHCP again. There is one other way to do this, and that's you can do it from your router, but it's not truly assigning a static IP address. Instead, you're telling the DHCP to always give a certain address to a certain interface card. So in this scenario, we have a Network Genie R6400. Under the advanced settings, you go down to LAN setup, and there's this area right here where you can see the DHCP reservation pool here. This is, I have it set to 100. For the first 100 addresses are pretty much reserved. So everything from 100 up to 254 can be handed out as a DHCP address, but anything below that, I keep it reserved so that I can not worry about a DHCP handing out an address that I might have statically assigned to a piece of equipment. Okay, so down here you have address reservation, and now what we do is we just click add. Of course, this is going to be different on different routers, but this is pretty much the same principle. Okay, so the router is showing me all the devices that are connected, and if I want to choose, like, say, this desktop, I can select this desktop, and it automatically fills in this field, the IP address of that device, the MAC address of that device, and its name, and I want to change it to, let's say, 12. So then all I got to do is just change that address, and then click add, click apply, and then it's going to sit here for about 5 minutes. Now that it's booted back up again, we go to the command prompt, and we can see that the configuration has taken the IP address, but if we type in ipconfig, it's likely that we're going to still see our old assigned DHCP address. So what we want to do is, in this case, is ipconfig /release and renew. And you can see that it took the new IP address. Now it is 10.0.1.12. And that's pretty much it. Like I said before, it is a DHCP address that is being reserved for this specific MAC address for this device. So it's not really truly assigning a static IP address. You're just telling the DHCP server to always give this particular device the same address. But anyway, those are the 4 common ways to change from dynamic to static on a Windows computer using the local network, home network. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys found this video helpful, and have a great day.